will create a new world on the ruins of the old one, as the great raven bestowed.
We have wanted it to end this way. We offer our sincere condolences and hope you will die with that understanding.
I don't want to spoil it for you. All you need to know is that we're going to have an incredibly fun time together.
Was a mistake, and will continue to monitor you and your progress. Your actions are rapidly changing the course of events, and the general vector of changes is close to our worldview.
But here everything is strange. Our informant is weird. Our enemy...
Where we grow our future.
Your weapons fail. Your ammunition runs low.
And you've yet to see our most beautiful creation. All you have is your hatred and your individuality.
Now don't you wish you joined us? Would you then feel so alone?
I'm so damn.
Research complete.
Thanks. Marlene, I need to find a way home.
I'm just as stranded as you.
God damn it.
But there is a sender at headquarters. I can show you the way if you help me arrive there in one piece.
Deal.
Nora, what was Atlas made for in the first place? Before it became this?
It was a sorting algorithm meant to scrape the universe base layer for data. I mean, we're talking hundreds of thousands of dimensions.
I guess it didn't stay that way.
Hello, I'm Ian Fish from Redemption Road Games, makers of Road Redemption and the upcoming Kingmakers. In Kingmakers, you travel back to the year 1401 to help the real-life Welsh rebel Owain Glendower conquer England. In reality, his Welsh rebellion was defeated and he mysteriously disappeared. So in 1401 England, you use modern weapons to help the outnumbered Welsh defeat English armies made up of thousands of soldiers. And everything in Kingmakers is real. The thousands of soldiers are all simulated. Furthermore, all buildings are fully navigable and fully destructible. Thousands of soldiers can navigate complex multi-story castles with the same level of pathfinding fidelity you'd expect from a modern first-person shooter. Originally, we thought Kingmakers was going to be a cool simulation of what it would be like to go back in time with modern weapons. Would you be able to defeat a medieval army with an AK-47? Then we realized that if we're going to do this, we got to do it right. Medieval battles involve thousands of soldiers, so we're going to simulate thousands of soldiers. And this isn't like Dynasty Warriors, where soldiers kind of spawn into existence as you approach them. In Kingmakers, they're always there, running their AI all the time. Furthermore, we realized that a game with this scope, the player would want to be able to command his armies and fortify his own outposts, so it kind of grew for there. It's now something completely unique. A shooter with real-time strategy elements that rival Age of Empires, and shooting gameplay that rivals Helldivers and Space Marine. Today we're excited to share a little bit more about the destruction aspect of the game. Every building, castle, wall, and tree in Kingmakers is fully destructible. You can blow it up with a grenade launcher, take it out with an airstrike, or maybe even demolish it with a tank. And none of the destruction is scripted either. It's all dynamic, courtesy of Unreal 4's fast physics calculations. It's one of the reasons we didn't switch to Unreal 5. We experimented with Unreal 5.1 and Unreal 5.3, but nothing has been as fast on the CPU side as Unreal 4 when it comes to physics. Finally, we're excited to share that you and up to 3 friends can lead their own armies alongside yours and join in on your conquest of England in online co-op. This is the full campaign, full online co-op, no compromises. This means 4 players fielding armies of thousands, building their own fortifications and buildings, and attacking enemy bases either on their own side of the map or alongside you. We really wanted to make sure that all 4 players feel just as responsive to play as if they were all playing a single player game or as if they were each playing as the host player, even if your ping is not great. Kingmakers is coming to PC Early Access and hopefully to all major consoles. We'll have more to share about the game later in 2025. In the meantime, please wishlist Kingmakers on Steam. Thanks for watching and
Hello, I'm Whitney, and I'm the art director at Compulsion Games.
Hey, I'm Zaire, and I'm one of the writers at Compulsion Games.
Right now, we're working on South of Midnight. It's a third-person action-adventure game set in a folkloric version of the Deep South.
So in South of Midnight, you play as Hazel. Her mother gets swept away in a trailer during a hurricane, and as Hazel is looking for help, she encounters creatures who have their own issues that she helps them solve.
Hey, Hazel.
Who's there?
Up here. You find your mama yet?
Today we're excited to talk a bit more about the creatures, specifically our narrator, the catfish, who you meet, pretty early on in the game, and he's a pretty important character.
A talking fish? Nope. Ain't no way.
Catfish is voiced by a man named Walter. So we really looked for people who were from the South, who would have kind of that Southern background and authenticity. And he's a great guy. He's 70 years old, plays fiddle, really cool. He was really excited about the project. I think this is one of his first voice acting jobs, if I remember correctly.
Go on now, scoot. I'll pick you up yonder after to go find your mom.
So after you meet Catfish, you are set to heal Benji, and he lives in this remote Cajun community that has been abandoned for many years. And as you explore that region, you understand kind of why it's been abandoned, what happened to Benji, why he became that tree, and what his connection to Rhubarb, this sort of eccentric, off-the-grid character that you meet early on. You kind of get to know what their relationship is and what happened there.
You're welcome to try bottling up the pain, but the roots of this trouble go deep.
We have an awesome audio director, Chris, and he really wanted to make sure we had a special song for each of our main creatures you meet in the region, and that song tells a story, and you learn about the characters and the backstory through that song.
Benji his name, he saw things different. He was my shame, and I said goodbye. I said farewell. I took my hammer, my ticket to hell.
So the music is kind of done in parcels. So you'll get part of a story. So you'll get a few lines, maybe 2, 3, 4 times throughout each zone, and they tell a little bit more of the story. And then when you unlock most of the context, you'll have a final, either a boss fight or an encounter with the creature. And during that final encounter, like with Benji, when you're climbing the tree, you'll hear the full song.
He was my brother, Benji his name. He saw things different. He was my shade.
South of Midnight launches on Xbox Series X and S, PC, and it's also going to be day 1 on Game Pass on.
Lumia is not my home. Not the way it is for you.
Having second thoughts about the expedition?
Please. I'm more ready to go than you are.
The rest of us only have a year left, but you've got 9 good years before your gommage. You don't need to leave yet.
1 year out there is better than 9 years in here. The dance begins. En garde! Precise strike! Finesse and grace.
The name says it's all, really. Hell is an extremely hard difficulty mode. All it takes is one hit from any enemy, and you'll die instantly. It's not for the faint of heart. I haven't been able to complete it myself yet. But some members of the staff have been able to pull it off. So I hope everyone tries it out to see if they can get through it. The original game was the first time I was in charge of the direction, so it has a special place in my heart, and this remaster brings a lot of tweaks. Apart from the fact that the graphics are now in high definition, we've also included quality of life improvements to make it more fun to play. So if you're new to the series, this is a great time to start, especially since the first game is available too. I'd love everyone to experience the world of Onimusha and explore every nook and cranny. So I look forward to your support.
Svetlov, let's take this lunatic down for messing with the sovereignty.
Let's make it quick. We're on the clock here.
That's handy. Getting this fixed up.
They're coming.
I've never seen anything like this before. Svetlov's planning something big. If we're lucky, he'll show himself. Svetlov's called hideout. Any idea how many people he's got with him? Stay sharp. Svetlov could be anywhere.
We all know why the walls around our capital exist. This world fell to the forces of darkness. Its light is replaced by shadows and the terrors that lurk within them. With our faith in the Divine One and the power he bestows on me, can we thrive in a corrupt world. Inquisitor, a word in
Hi, I'm Lucas Emmanuel.
And I'm Jacob Dominic.
And we're two members of CoinDrop Games, making the remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time.
Remake of the End of the Greatest RPG of All Time is a faithful recreation of the last hour of everyone's favorite RPG. You know, that one we all know.
You'll start this remake at 99% complete in the middle of the last dungeon, with an inventory just full of healing potions that you're just saving for the next boss.
You somehow aren't remembering the greatest RPG of all time? That's okay. This remake includes the original game's manual, director's commentary,
and the game's director had to translate this part of the game entirely by hand using a Japanese to English dictionary.
And even clips of an unreleased documentary.
I never loved anything that much, and the only way we're going to get that again is by staying exactly faithful to what that original game was.
If you didn't know what the greatest RPG of all time was, I suppose it would turn this into a deduction puzzle game where you'd have to use these bonus features, deductive reasoning, and a little bit of creative thinking to figure out how to complete the last hour of this epic RPG.
Be for real. Who hasn't heard of...
We're still hard at work on this recreation of this all-time classic, but we hope you'll relive a little bit of the magic when we launch the demo for the remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time on April 25th.
Until that night. Feels like I've walked straight into one of my nightmares.
I will find you, wherever you are. Father?
Exactly where you want to be, here at Dutch's Razzle Dazzle Dream Hotel. We got everything you need up here in the clouds. Buy a slice of paradise, cryptocurrency allowed. Vacations tailor-made, have a mealtime serenade. Upgrade to the ultra suede, you wanna do it right. Party on the promenade, every day is a parade. Stay up for the masquerade, the party goes all night.
Must do destination.
I accept your adulation.
Dutch's Razzle Dazzle Dream Hotel.
At Dutch's Razzle Dazzle Dream Hotel.
But even we knew we couldn't take everything with us. I left behind my greatest creation, a guardian, a caretaker. Its hands shaped to nurture, its heart programmed to protect. It works tirelessly now, crafting vessels from the bones of a broken world, sending sparks of life into the void.
Why does the sun go on shining? Why does the sea rush to shore? And oh, they know it's the end of the world. It ended when you said good.
Welcome to Section 13, a top-down roguelike shooter where an interdimensional outbreak is just another day at the office. Operating from the shadows, S2P is a globe-spanning paranormal research organization. Their mission? Capture and study things that go bump in the night. And Section 13 is where they keep the worst. Until now. With the best of the best unavailable, It's up to a team of disposable rank-and-file nobodies to get the job done. That's you. Meet Agent Red.
No, please! Don't eat my... All right, Red. Your time to shine.
She's new to the field, but don't let that fool you. She's packing cutting-edge mad science weaponry. She's one of 4 agents available to choose from. Whether you're going in alone or bringing some help. Now, listen carefully. Whatever they were up to in that base, they weren't doing it on the books. There's something big down there. And it wants out. It's up to you to plunge into the unknown. Find the answers. Fight for the truth. And bring some light to the dark.
Universally renowned Shamalama has a once-in-a-lifetime offer to accelerate your rise to be the galaxy's next top influencer. With our diaper protocol, your lane game gets insane clicks and subs, and you can co-op train with a partner. The Ding Dong Influencer Accelerator Program Extreme Routine has 4 power-pack programs guaranteed to launch your profile to the stars, including Crash Test Dummy. Death is no longer permanent, but remains incredibly painful and hilarious.
Ding Dong! You're dead!
Selfie Scout. Snag more subs, snapping stunning selfies in our proven primo locale.
Sammy say cheese!
Product Tester. Blow up your feed testing experimental Grog X on space creatures.
You're a freaking animal!
STV Cribs. Now you can pimp your crib on the show everybody in the universe binges.
Your dick donging!
Complete all 4 tasks and you can keep that sweet chamois lock spacesuit. Guaranteed. Crash Test Dummy. Clock clicks with your chamois lock gold lame spacesuit. Bedazzle your likes with each side-splitting demise. Selfie Scout.
Sammy say cheese!
Product Tester. Reporting any burns, crashes, or mutations. STV Cribs.
It looks like a bad motel! You ain't no shabby! Now you would...
fellow Cybermyth combatants. Neon Abyss 2 is a side-scrolling action roguelike game with a cyber-mythological theme. The sequel stays faithful to what the fans love about the first game, using the original infinite item stacking feature and chaotic combat, while introducing new mechanics, new content, and refinement to create an exhilarating experience. Finally, you can get hands-on with Neon Abyss 2 yourself.
These rings store thousands of citizen cores. Future inhabitants of Eden. You have to reach the top chamber and break the last remaining seal. Dropped straight into a hostile zone. This is exactly what hyper units were made for. Unleash your hyper power. Rip their cores out. You know you want to.
In the name of duty, courage, and truth, I will protect the citizens.
We are standing on the edge looking towards the unknown.
You'll take the role as train conductor, keeping your train in tip-top shape. Learn how to drive it and embark on a journey to help your hometown Barenpire solve its environmental struggles. Traverse and explore various stations and bring aboard quirky locals along the way. Pick a route and drive them to their destination, and while travelling, you can of course service them to make sure they enjoy the ride. Scour the world for resources and craft unique sets of furniture to furnish your train with. Customize the exterior and interior of your train to make it feel like your own. There are many things to explore and discover in the world of Locomoto, so immerse yourself in this cozy experience when Locomoto arrives on the 8th of April.
Gods are dead, but we try to survive in their world.
I don't want...
Tell me, do you think a glimpse of a memory is the absolute truth? You don't get to choose to see the events that led up to these memories, or what transpired after. Perhaps even just once given it some serious thought.
Mother?
Just what kind of memories make us the people...
Rachel!
Hawthorn is a sandbox RPG realm of anthropomorphic animals and fairy tale creatures. Play solo or co-op as you recruit villagers and build a village of memorable NPCs. Defend against the elements and against forest tricksters. Celebrate the season's traditions. Farm, craft, and explore an ever-changing world bigger than the small creature you play. Bringing this nostalgic world to life has been a long-term dream for us, and we're thrilled to be doing it alongside our players.
Hawthorn will leverage our experience making some of the world's most beloved RPGs to establish a new genre that blends the emergent fun of sandbox games with a charming simulation of village life. It's a fantasy home you can keep returning to.
The different playable species have asymmetrical abilities and limitations. You, your friends, and your NPC followers must work together to complete jobs around the village. Differentiated species, together with our procedural storytelling, combine to make each player's story in Hawthorn a unique and enjoyable experience.
We're a small team of experienced developers bringing Hawthorn to life as a true passion project. This game is currently self-funded to keep creativity at its heart. And now, with our incredible community, we have the chance to build something unique and memorable. Join us on this adventure. Follow and support our Kickstarter to help us bring the nostalgic joy that is Hawthorn to the world.
We've had reports of rogue sticky notes replicating across this sector. If you don't cut back their numbers, this whole place will be yellow by morning. This crisis ain't over. Now get through the containment door to the next zone. Safe room dead ahead. Might contain something useful, but it'll probably attract a lot of... Oh, you already opened it. Never mind. You sure kicked the nest. There's hiss all over you.
Stand back! Piggy's coming out!
I'm paper! You gotta shoot him off me! Last containment door's open. Go, go!
I think I heard something.
Not sure how that happened, but oh well. You're still left. Over 3 stories of action-packed parkour obstacle courses.
Authorities have discovered 3 dead bodies on the premise of Frankie's Parkour Palace.
This is going to be a game show you won't ever forget!
The only reason the ones above decided to keep you around is because you're boosting the ratings. Our viewers are entertained. We aren't going bankrupt, and this isn't our last game show.
Hi, I'm Billy Quick from Noodlecat Games, and today we'll be exploring some of the combat in Cloudheim, our upcoming game blending crafting with physics-based combat. This is a Greeble, an aggressive little furball with a lot of teeth. You could hit him with a sword, but instead, let's kick him off this cliff. Greebles aren't the only threat out here though. You'll also fight against heavily armored enemies like armadillos who roll recklessly through your allies. You'll need to dodge their rolls and then attack when their guard is down. Corvins, however, keep their distance with ranged magic blasts. You'll want to pull them in close with your lasso to dish out damage. Our combat system is built around using physics to juggle your enemies. The longer you can keep enemies airborne with your kicks, lasso, and other abilities, the more damage they'll take when they finally hit the ground. Combine abilities and set up combos to maximize damage. Here, our character is placing down mushrooms and jump pads, bouncing enemies high into the sky. With the right combos, the battlefield will feel like a pinball machine. Play solo, or team up with friends in co-op for coordinated combo attacks. While you explore the island in Cloudheim, you'll come across mysterious portals that lead to dangerous dungeons filled with tough enemies and rare loot for crafting. You'll grow in Cloudheim by mastering weapons to gain abilities along 4 class pathways, each excelling in a different style of combat. Spellblades supplement their attacks with elemental magic. Outlanders break armor to create weaknesses. Treasure hunters focus on speed to exploit weaknesses. And sentinels defend and heal the team when dealing damage. Choose the weapons and abilities that fit your style. You can freely switch your class just by changing your weapons, allowing you to focus on your favorite or make hybrid builds. Team up with your friends to create absolute mayhem. Our team has had so much fun coming up with unique abilities and wild combos, and we're excited to see what chaos you can create. Now here's Nasher to tell you all the really important details about how to wishlist Cloudheim.
To shape the future. Our state-of-the-art facility is the heart of that future, and we need you to keep it running. You and a capable partner, that is.
I'll open up the van. Get juiced up.
Okay, I think I'm ready. Let's get in there. I see some symbols, a jellyfish, some squiggly pipes.
I think I've got it. Did that work?
Looks like it. 3, 2, 1, turn.
Ready!
Elsewhere Electric relies on teamwork, precision, problem-solving, and efficiency. For reasons which will become immediately clear once you enter our facility, the true nature of our work cannot be revealed to the public. Your work may be challenging.
We're in.
Your work may be confusing.
I can see you! I can see you!
Your work will be dangerous.
We need to get this door open. There's something in here.
But it's a risk Elsewhere Electric is willing to take.
In the event of an incident-induced employee vacancy, a replacement installer will continue your work.
These sacrifices make Elsewhere Electric's important work possible. Because in our facility, power doesn't
We are Bandit Trap, a home security company, and our new line of home defense products needs to be tested. So we're calling on you to do the job. Your objective? Try to loot all 10 treasures scattered in our prepared houses and escape from the robotic hands of our trapper. This little fella packs all the skills to achieve our ultimate goal. Defend homes and their treasures against bandits.
Cronos, it's sci-fi survival horror, and in a way, a dream come true for us to make. The world of Cronos, it's like alternative history when the world ends in 80s by the apocalyptic event that we called The Change.
In Cronos, you play as a traveler, and the travelers, because there's more of them, are being sent to the ruins of human civilization to search for the time rifts and jump back in time to extract people who didn't survive the apocalypse.
Travelers are the only ones that can survive encounters with monsters.
We are calling them the orphans because they are what was left from humanity. To be honest, we can't wait to show you more about our game. We can confirm that something about the gameplay is coming soon. So,
every place.
With insistence. Wrong. Smell wrong. Smell bad.
Smells the same to
With
me.
urgency. Move. Now under. Hide.
Okay. If this
With
isn't
growing
going...
impatience. Be quiet.
You're sure this is right way?
With indignation, pathfinding, very good. Better than smelly hate. Better than run, run, run. Paralyzed terror. Smelly hate, run.